Hi everybody, welcome to our second daily math video. Just wanted to say that I miss you all very much and I hope you're doing well and I hope you're enjoying getting to spend some time at home with your families. I do miss getting to see you all every day though. So let's go ahead and get started with some daily math. If you haven't tried these problems on your own, please make sure that you try all of these first on a separate piece of paper. Really challenge yourself to see what you can do and what you remember. All right, so for this first one, it says, Karen is using string to decorate a rectangular frame for a picture. The length of the frame is 11 inches and the width is 8 inches. Karen needs string that is twice as long as the perimeter of the frame. How many inches of string does she need? So the first thing I really want to think about is I want to ask myself, what are the most important parts of this problem? So one really important piece of information that's actually in this first sentence here is the fact that this is a rectangular frame. Okay, seems small, but that is really important. It also says the length of the frame is 11 inches. So we want to keep in mind that the length is 11 inches and that the width here is going to be 8 inches. All right. Continuing on, it says Karen needs string that is twice as long as the perimeter of the frame. So that twice as long is going to become important later, but also perimeter is a really important word within this question. So first thing that I do when I have a problem like this is I think to myself, okay, I need to draw a picture. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my frame. I know it's rectangular, so I'm going to draw it like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. So the length is going to be 11 inches from here to here, and the width is going to be 8 inches from here to here. Now, you want to be really careful here because some people, as soon as they see something like this, think to themselves, oh, I'm finding the area of this problem, right? Not in this case. We are not finding the area that the frame takes up, right? We're not finding this inside portion here. We are finding the perimeter because we're taking a piece of string and wrapping it around the outside. So that's perimeter, not area. Now, with perimeter, we know we just need to add up all of the sides in order to find the perimeter. In this case, we can always remember that the opposite sides on a rectangle are congruent or are equal to one another. So we can mark that now. I'm going to use these dash marks here to show that these two opposite sides here are congruent, and then 2 of them for the 11 to show that these two opposite sides are congruent or equal to one another. Okay, congruent just means equal. So now we've got all the sides, all of the dimensions of our frame. From here, we now know that we're going to add 11 plus 11 and 8 plus 8. My brain kind of automatically just goes to 11 and 11 is 22 and 8 and 8 is 16. Now that I've got these, I can think to myself, okay, I know 20 plus 10 is 30 and 6 plus 2 is 8. So I'm going to get 38 inches. Now be careful because the problem says Karen needs string that is twice as long as the perimeter of the frame. So we're going to have to take this and double it because she needs twice as much string, which isn't too hard. You can double it by doing 38 plus 38 like this, or you can double it by doing 38 times 2. Either way works, okay? So when we go ahead and we multiply this out, we should end up with 76. So the answer to this question, how many inches of string does she need? She needs 76 inches. Please make sure to include the label. We know labeling is a really important part of math. All right, next question says, what is the measurement in feet and inches? Well, we know the measurement in inches is 76 inches, right? So we got to think, okay, how many feet would that be? Well, I know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot, right? Just kind of something I know off the top of my head. So if we are dealing with 76 inches, I'm going to take the 76 and I'm going to divide it by 12 to see how many feet is that, okay? So I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 12 go into 76 without going over? Well, I know that 12 times 6 is 72, and that's as close as it's going to get without going over. So then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do my subtraction. 76 minus 72 is 4. Now, usually at this point in time, what I would have you guys do is I would do your decimal, right? And then we would continue on and we would do our decimal and just find it as exact as we possibly could. But in this case, I know that this 4 as a remainder is going to tell me how many inches, right? So the way that I would look at this problem is I would say, okay, if I'm trying to find out how many feet are in 76 inches, it would be 6 feet with 4 inches left over. So that's our answer. 6 feet, 4 inches. Okay, so that is how you would convert inches to feet. All right, last problem that we're looking at is a 4-pound bag of apples costs $4.12. What is the cost per pound? Oh, check it out. This word per here is so important. Whenever we see the word per, we should be thinking about unit rate. This is a unit rate problem. And what that means is we're just trying to figure out how much for 1, because unit means 1, and then rate is how much something is occurring. So for example, a unit rate problem might be something like, it costs $45 for 3 people to attend the amusement park. How much would it cost per person for 1 person, right? So you can tell this is a problem like that because we're trying to figure out how much it costs per pound, okay? So with unit rate, we always write it using our division bar like this, okay? So it says a 4-pound bag of apples, okay? So 4-pound bag, and the pound abbreviation looks like this, so this just means pound, okay? A 4-pound bag costs $4.12. So the question here is how much, see money, go transfer over like this, how much would 1 pound of apples cost? Okay, so this is our missing variable here. So what did we do to the 4 to get it to turn into 1? Well, we just did 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1, right? So whatever we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. So since we divided by 4 up here, we're going to divide by 4 down here. Here's our problem. $4.12 divided by 4 will tell us how much 1 pound costs, okay? Now, remember, the first one is the one that goes in the house. I know it sounds a little bit babyish, but it helps us remember for sure. So we're going to do $4.12 divided by 4. If you switch these two, you have created a very different problem. So how many times does 4 go into 4 without going over? It goes in once. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we subtract and we get 0. What we're going to do next is we're going to bring down the 1. Now we run into a bit of an issue because 4 does not go into 1. So we're going to have to come up to the top and use a 0 as a placeholder so that we can bring down this 2. Now keeping in mind we always want to bring up our decimal point. So right now we have 1.0, okay? But great, now we've got 12. How many times does 4 go into 12? It goes in 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12 exactly. So now our problem is finished. So when you ask me the question, what is the cost per pound for 1 pound of apples? How much is it going to cost? It is going to cost $1.03 per pound. And we want to include the per pound there. All right, that is it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Know that I love you and miss you all very much. And yeah, send me an email and let me know how you're doing, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.